everyone. I don't know if you can see my breath. Welcome to the garage. It's January in New England. This week we're going to be discussing the simplest tricks I use for catching sea bass in southern New England waters. For the simplest of the two setups that I use, this is usually for if I have kids on the boat or if I have inexperienced anglers. This is my go-to, so I'm using a simple high-low rig. Tsunami makes these pre-rigged. And then I'm on the bottom here, got a little tog treat. Both of these, I'll just cut up some squid strips and we'll put those on. I'm generally trying to go for the pink and white. If you run out of that color, pretty much anything's gonna work. For the rod setup, this is a freshwater, medium heavy rod, 7 foot. Great action, especially if you're catching small fish. It's great for the kids, but if you hook up with two pretty good sized fish on this, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. These are actually Berkeley Lightning rods. You can get them at Bass Pro Shop. They're like 50 bucks. So if the kids drop them overboard, it's not the end of the world. And just like our previous episode, I'm still using the same 3500 size reel for these guys. Now, if I'm trying to target larger males and get a lot of keepers on the boat, I'll switch it up a little bit, and I'm only going with one bait. That one bait is going to be that 8-inch RonZ. The larger sea bass just seem to crush this. This one's in pink. I'll use pink most of the year. I'll also use the root beer color. They seem to love that as well. This is another freshwater rod, 7.5 feet heavy. Maybe a little overkill for these guys, but again, awesome fight. It's paired up with a Penn Fathom reel. So next we'll go over where I target the fish, depending on the season. Look at some graphs, some charts, and some close-ups of the.
So before we get to where I fish, I just wanted to provide a close-up of the RonZs here in the pink and the root beer color, along with the simple rig I use, the high-low rig from Tsunami, and the tog treats that are attached to the bottom. I'm typically trying to use 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce on the tog treats just to maintain bottom. So where I like to target the fish, pretty simple, look for rocks. So this picture of a chart here, all that structure is rocks, rock piles. Anywhere there's rocks, they're going to be. So they're pretty easy to find. And then in the spring, they're going to be in 20 to 30 feet of water. They like to come in shallow to spawn. And then as the summer moves on, they tend to move a little more offshore to deeper water. This concludes another episode of Keep It Stupid Simple. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoy it, please subscribe and hit alerts so you don't miss the next one.